Beans. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. This is part 2 of the online panels featuring our 2026 scholarship recipients. And so we have 3 more people who were so kind to put their portfolio information together, apply, and were selected. I am so glad I was not on that committee to have to do that selection, because just seeing these and then knowing the level of the work of all of the members of MSA's student groups is just powerful. And so congratulations to the 3 of you for being selected and for being here with us today. Thank you. My name is Letitia Bahuyo. I have the honor and pleasure of serving on the board of directors for MIdSouth Sculpture Alliance. This is my 9th year on the board. And so they can't get rid of me, not yet. I just really, really admire this organization and all of the things that it does, and I will continue to stand behind it. And I get to serve alongside of Cassidy Fry, who is here with us. Hi, Cassidy.
Hello.
Cassie's also a member of the board of directors, and the 2 of us, along with Brian Massey, we serve on the online panels committee. And so one of the things that we do is we try to think of ways to be able to support and highlight the activities and the events that are going on within our membership, and to be able to extend what it is that we do beyond the membership so that viewership can be broader, to be able to share all the things that we do. So Cassidy, where are you coming from? Where are you based?
I am coming from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So
Nice. And I'm over in Norman, Oklahoma. That just happened. When we first joined the board, we didn't live in Oklahoma, but we've both moved to Oklahoma, so we're only 2 hours away from each other.
somehow
And
in the same year as well.
what's that?
Somehow in the same year.
Somehow in the same year. Yes, yes. And I just recognized within MIdSouth Sculpture Alliance, some people wonder about that organizational name. So it started in Chattanooga 20 years ago. This is its 20th birthday. It started in 2006. And as it continues to grow and evolve, we find ways to be able to include more people. And right now we are continuing to grow the board. We have some people who will be stepping down from the board, and we have nominations running throughout the year. So if you yourself would be interested in joining the board, or you know somebody else you think would be ideal for it, go to the website, click on that link for the board of directors nominations, and add to it. And as we continue to evolve, we can include those people as part of that team. Also with us today, we have the committee that helped put the scholarship together. They weren't in charge of selecting the people, so you can't blame them. But they worked with the jurors, this year's jurors. And so Cecelia and Stacey, who are here with us today, hey, they are on that committee that organizes the scholarship. How are you all doing?
I'm doing great.
Excellent.
I
Where are you
am
coming, Stacey?
I am coming to you from Oxford, Mississippi. I teach sculpture classes at the University of Mississippi, Ole Miss. And I got involved in MSA, I think, in 2021. And maybe not too long after that, ended up on the board of directors as well. So I think I'm in my second year, third year,
Second year. Second year.
somewhere along the way. I've been having so much fun that I just can't keep track.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Thank you for joining our team. And Cecelia.
Yeah, so I'm coming to you from Birmingham, Alabama, and I've been a part of MSA since around 2021 as well, and I am an emerging board member.
Nice. And congratulations on getting elected to that. We have only 2 seats for emerging, but I think it's a really special opportunity. And so those of you with us that are scholarship recipients, down the road, whenever you might be interested, if this might be something you want to do, you could definitely talk with Cecelia as well as Cassidy. Cassidy was first an emerging board member before becoming a professional board member. Emerging means that you've graduated within the last 5 years and that you are interested in serving for a 2-year role if elected, versus myself, Stacey, and Cassidy now are on the professional board, which means that we're on it for 3-year terms and it's renewable. So hence why I'm in my 3rd term of getting to serve. But we have to take turns with the emerging. So Cecelia will be stepping down. Cassidy stepped down and then spent a year off and then stepped back in. And so thank you so much for rejoining. But also Cassidy was one of our past scholarship recipients. And so just saying, this might be in your future if this looks like something you'd like to do. So keep us in mind. All of the things that MIdSouth Sculpture Alliance does, as an organization, we continue to grow. We are large enough as an organization to have a major event every fall. And so that's what we're getting ready to gather for in Conway, Arkansas. So if Cassie, if you just share screen real quick, we'll advertise a little bit about what's coming up. Excellent. So again, every year we have a fall event. This year is a confab. Confab means it's a smaller gathering, more like a large symposium. It's a 2-day event in Conway, Arkansas. Confab means that it's a small, intimate discussion. We are gathering and listening to one speaker or one panel together. While conference, like next year, we're having a larger conference in Indianapolis that's already on the calendar for October 7th, 8th, 9th in 2027. So please mark your calendars, join us in Indianapolis next year. So it's a larger event, a longer event, while in Conway, it's a 2-day event with on Friday being workshops and demos, and then Saturday are all of our speakers. One of the speaker panels is going to be the scholarship panel. So you're going to hear a longer conversation that these people are going to be a part of, along with those that you saw last week for part 1. We're also going to hear from our keynote speaker, Bailey Liu. Bailey is amazing. I cannot say enough good things. She is definitely just somebody I admire, and I'm grateful to get to call a friend. And she will be coming and sharing about her work. And she was also the juror for Mining the Material, which is one of the exhibitions that is going to be on show at the Confab in Conway. Next. And just a quick announcement, I would encourage, yesterday was when the student call for the pop-up exhibition at Confab was supposed to have ended yesterday. It did, but in kind of sometimes MSA fashion, we recognize it's a busy point in the year. And so as students are just getting underway, we've decided to extend the deadline just a little bit. So it's going to be extended till Sunday, September 6th. Give people a little bit more time to get their images together now that their classes are fully in process. What it means by a student pop-up is an exhibition that students that are members can apply to. And instead of like shipping your work or delivering it ahead of time, you bring it with you to Confab. It goes on the pedestals for everyone to enjoy and see. Confab's over, you take it home. So you don't have to worry about that kind of experience as far as like, how am I going to get it there? We're already going there. Or somebody else could bring it there for you if you're not going to be going to Confab, but you're already part of this group that's wanting to have this exhibition. So it's a juried show. It would go on your resume if you are selected, and then it'll be part of the Confab experience in Conway. So those 3 of you that are in this room right now, if you're still students, I encourage you to apply and encourage your friends to apply too. Help make sure that everybody's work is seen and shared. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Stacey and Cecelia. If you all would be so kind to find out everything you can about these 3 scholarship recipients and help us advertise for what's going to happen in Confab in just 1 month from today.
So exciting. Thank you, Letitia and Cassidy. So I have the first question here, and we're going to start with Cortnie. Cortnie, could you introduce yourself, where you are studying, and the focus of your current work?
Hi, I'm Cortnie Matthews, and I am currently at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. And the current focus of my work is using abstract forms that I find inspiration from in nature and trying to represent time, because it's such an unfathomable thing, and I want to emphasize it while emphasizing the beautiful works of nature that already exist by making my own.
Very cool. Thank you. Yamileth, same question to you. Introduce yourself, where you're studying, and the focus of your current work.
Hi, I'm Yamileth Becerra Barbosa. I'm currently in Chicago, Illinois, going to the School of Art, Institute of Chicago. And currently, I've been focusing a lot on stone carving and foam carving, finding how that imbalance of weight and the way that the material is handled is different, but I still try to treat them equally despite their maybe monetary cost. But I also think about it in relationship to class and labor and the hidden labor in the US of Mexican immigrants as coming from parents who work in restaurant kitchens. So there's a lot of like weight imbalance and talk of the class and the material, but that's what I've been working on lately.
Amazing. Thank you. Michael, same question.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michael Nguyen Finch. I'm a sculptor, and I also like to throw around the term interdisciplinary artist. And I'm currently an MFA candidate at Cranbrook, just outside of Detroit, Michigan. As a first generation American-born Vietnamese, I'm really interested in the American dream, both as this kind of, well, a space of friction, I would say, having it operate as like a cultural myth, but also this capital instrument, and how that really comes to constitute what we think of as an individual identity. So in some ways, the work becomes speculative portraiture. In others, it's more of like a symbolic or material critique.
Awesome. Thank you all for those answers. The next question is, how did you first become connected to MSA? Cortnie, you go first.
I feel like it's kind of always been around me since I've started my art career. Every event I would go to, every iron pour, there was always at least one person that was representing MSA. So, yeah, I mean, 8 years ago, maybe I started connecting with MSA people. That's cool.
Awesome. Thank you. Yamileth?
Yeah, so I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and I always go back for the summers for the past few years. And last year I started working with artist Desmond Lewis, and he told me about it a few months ago. He encouraged me to apply prior to him telling me about it. I didn't really know a lot about MSA, because I didn't really start focusing in sculpture until the last 2 years. So but that encouragement from one person brought me here. So I'm really grateful for that.
Awesome. Thank you. Michael, same question.
Similar kind of story. This is actually, I think, my first real kind of touch point with MSA. But I was also fortunate enough to have a wonderful undergraduate mentor, Allison Baker, who reached out, kind of connected me with you guys via social media, and now here we are.
We're glad to have all of y'all.
What encouraged you to apply for the Dianne Komminsk Scholarship?
There was a professor here. His name was Tony, and he had a conversation with me about it. And he was like, I think your work is where it needs to be to apply. Because I've known about it for a while, but I never felt confident enough to put my work in there. I didn't think it was ready to be applied for this. And I'm really glad that I did. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. So, yeah.
Congrats with that. That's an exciting place to be in your work.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I was unsure about where I was gonna go forward moving sculpture after graduating from my BFA. And I figured I'm gonna apply to this and see how things turn out afterwards, and if this is something that I should continue pushing forward. But I think that it I figured I didn't lose anything just to apply. I wasn't really sure if I met, all the criteria, knowing that I had only been doing this for so long. But I'm definitely grateful that I'm able to be here, and I'm glad to, meet everybody whenever we meet at Confab and see what else I can, add into this practice.
Amazing. You miss all of the opportunities that you don't apply for. So always apply. Michael.
I was just about to echo a similar sentiment. Whenever I'm working with students, it's always the advice of, make, and then apply. And so this was another just great opportunity, and especially in something like sculpture where materials and scale start to get really big really quickly. Having some financial support, especially to go towards shipping, became a really kind of key factor in enabling me to take part in this kind of event in a community that I hadn't really interacted with before.
Awesome. Thank you. And looking forward to Confab, what are you hoping to gain from attending Confab?
As much as possible. I want to see all the demos and talk to all the people and make as many new connections as possible and try to pick people's brains about materials and their processes and their concept and how they connect all of it. And just really excited to see everyone and meet everyone and all that.
No, I feel the same way. I just want to make more connections, meet more people. Yeah, it's been a little hard to be able to meet a lot of people who have been working in sewn especially, but either way, like I'm just really excited to see what other people are working on and how they like combine materials, seeing how I've been combining these two materials that feel like they're from different worlds. And I'm just excited to hear, to mostly just like listen. That's what I'm there for and just absorb whatever I can. Mhm.
I'd say something similar as well. The demos, the people, networking, getting to, experience a lot of new perspectives and new art at the same time. It's always an invaluable opportunity there. And with an event like this, it just makes me really glad to be a part of it.
Awesome. We're excited to meet all of y'all as well when we're there.
Okay, this next question is one of my favorite questions. Because I don't know, it means a lot to me. So, we want to hear, what does it mean to you to be part of a sculpture community beyond your home institution? Cortnie, take it away.
It means a lot. I mean, it's a very big part of my life. And that's one of the factors of why I fell in love with sculpture is the community and the people I get to meet and the support that you get from people that are similar and do similar things. They just like kind of get what wavelength you're on. And you don't always get that with, random people. But it's just a massive support system. And you can really count on a lot of people in these organizations and in this environment that just kind of get it. Like they get what's going on. They give good advice, and then you could give good advice, and it's just a great experience overall.
Amazing. Yamila, same question.
Yes, so I believe that being part of a sculpture community means having that support whenever you're in moments of doubt or whenever you need to push, whether it's, the actual work itself, something conceptual, or even outside of that, because it all kind of merges together. And it can be hard sometimes even within a home institution. Like, yes, like I am in school right now and there is a community within here, but I know that whenever I leave, it's going to be a different story and people are going to leave and sort of like spread apart, go to different places. And that's kind of where I'm at right now too, because I know that once I leave here, it's like, all right, where can I go to like ground myself, as I'm entering this stage in my life where things are a little bit rocky. So it's really important to be able to find, even if it's just a few people that can like help encourage you to keep pushing forward.
I love that. You can find home in your sculpture community anywhere you're at, no matter how far away you spread. You can always come back home to your sculpture people. Michael.
My mentor coined the term and I kind of live by it, but it's sculpture is not a or is a team sport, I should say. And so getting to expand that team, getting to engage with more teams, it's always a great, thrilling experience for me. But I think there's also, there's just so many different ways to approach sculpture, to even think about sculpture. And so the more encounters I have that kind of take me out of the bubble of my own institution, the better. And even like the amount of support that comes from an environment like that compared to maybe a more critical environment where you kind of butt heads or there's some friction that's unwanted, you get to go and kind of celebrate all of the work together.
Absolutely. Thank you all for all of those great answers. Last question. What advice would you give to other students who are considering applying for this scholarship or becoming more involved with the MSA?
I would say to do it and don't wait like I did until I was comfortable. Sometimes you grow the most when you push outside of your comfort zone. So even if you're not confident in your work, put it in there. Um, yeah, just go for it. Just try it. See what happens. Get feedback.
No, I totally agree. I feel the same way. I mean, I came from a similar situation where I wasn't extremely the most confident as I'm just in such early stages of this part of my life. But there's definitely nothing to lose with applying. Just continue making work, document it as much as possible, and it's there's so many ways that it could go. No, there's just two. You either get it or you don't. And if you don't, then you can take something out of that and then keep applying. There's more opportunities.
Yeah, you miss every shot that you don't take. And I would just say apply, even if you're unsure if you're ready or if the work is there. There's just so much value, kind of echoing my fellow recipients. Finding the words to say to the work, maybe you're unsure of it, but when you're in that moment and whenever the lights are on and people are around you and they're all there, you feel that feeling, and it makes the kind of arduous journey of being a sculptor really worthwhile to have those moments. And so the more you can find in there, the better. And so why not?
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So we had some questions come in on the chat. These are a little bit more like nuts and bolts questions pertaining to Confab, but how are you getting to Confab? And are you going to stay at the Confab hotel?
So I'm driving down. I'm actually bringing the rest of my cohort with me. So we're all making it a group trip. We're going to get a Airbnb and stay as a group together there. Yeah, so we're just driving down. It's about a 5-hour drive, so not that bad.
Cool. A whole group. That's amazing. Yes. Yamila, how are you getting here?
I'm gonna fly to Memphis and I'll stay there with my family and then I'll drive over to Confab. So it's about a 3-ish hour drive. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm thinking about driving right now, but we'll see how that goes. If I've got like, I think it's 12 hours in me, but I've done it before for public sculpture installs, so we'll see how it goes.
You just have to get out and stretch often. And take inspiration from whatever's around you. I do a lot of 12-hour drives, and there's a lot of little quick sketches that happen before I get back in the truck.
Billboards, especially.
Yes.
Take it, take it.
Yes.
Gnarly. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, we have another one. Did you register for lunch or dinner? What are your food plans? I'm a big snack person. But I really love food, so I'm curious. Did you register for lunch and dinner?
I think I registered for lunch. Something happened with the PayPal, so I have to call or email someone to make sure that that gets charged properly. But I think I got like a turkey sandwich for lunch.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I did register for food, so I'm gonna have to get on to that. But yeah.
I have also not registered yet for food, so that'll be on my to-do list in the next couple of days. It's still open, right?
Say definitely get on those snacks. Get that food.
Yeah,
Because it's
registration
really
is on the
fun.
website as well.
Yeah.
It's open. So,
Y'all get to eat together as in your community. So yeah, register for those meals.
Excellent. I'm jumping back in. You all did such a great job of sharing, and thank you for asking those inquiries. I think those are really great inquiries about those practical parts about Confab and hearing a little bit about how you're planning on getting there, flying, driving, staying at Confab Hotel or not. But then definitely, I encourage you to register for the meals so that way you don't have to leave the site. And the evening dinner is a buffet dinner, but we have our keynote speaker will be there, and then the jurors will be there, as well as that's when we give the award for the achievement. The Lifetime Achievement Award is given at that time. So that's a special part. And that's also when the scholarship fundraiser happens. So we have a silent auction that's happening at that time. So just try to not vote. Don't bid on anything that my name's on, if you would be so kind. Just teasing, obviously. While we have you all, just encourage, this is something that we are grateful to be able to continue to do, to be able to sponsor, as you all noted, the funding to be able to help with the support for shipping, for exhibitions. And this has all come from a major donor, was their primary, how this all started with Dianne Komminsk. And so she, when she was alive, supported and started this entire process of helping us recognize and lift up the next generation of artists. And as we want to continue to make sure that that initial start is maintained. And so if you can, please donate. The contribution is on the website. And so at this point, what was it again, Cassidy? How many people have been recognized and funded?
Over 60, I believe, at this point.
Over 60 recipients now. So you all have joined a team and have added to it of 60 recipients of this scholarship. And we've awarded over $30,000 in support and funding to students through this. And we want to make sure it keeps happening. And so you can donate through the website, or you can come to to Confab, go to the silent auction, either contribute to the silent auction, an object or a thing or a sculpture or a tool that we could then have people bid on. So then both kinds of donations are definitely appreciated to help make sure that this continue to grow for next year and the year after. The
Also
scholarship, though, oh, go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, also bidding on those things. I walked away with probably 4 great pieces in Birmingham
Right?
from the silent auction. Yeah.
Oh, and last year from when we were in Huntsville, I got a sculpture and a My Little Pony, which I gave to my daughter, and a couple of other things. But I fought hard for a few things I lost, but then I was like, I wanted the sculpture by Jacob, and so that's still in my living room now. And so, yeah, there's some really nice things that are added and some funny things too. So I encourage you all to, if you go to the dinner, you could also see that part too, and continue, like I said, contribute. But with the scholarship, as you all shared, you're getting money, and so that's one line on your resume is that you won the scholarship. Then you're also, this event that we're having right now, you're in an online panel, so you have another line on your resume. Then the actual conference panel, you're going to have that on your resume that you're speaking at the panel, and you're going to be in front of all the collectors, the other speakers, all of the faculty at all these other programs. Audience is going to be a full one, and they're there to support you all. And so you have that on your resume. Then you also have the exhibition. So at Confab is an exhibition featuring these 6 artists. The work already opened. The show opened yesterday. It'll be up for a month. And so it's being experienced and enjoyed by the students and the community at University of Central Arkansas. And we get to experience it right before it comes down, and then they take it home. So they have that line on their resume, and they have one other thing that comes with this scholarship, which is mentorship. And so they're going to be attached or assigned or matched to a mentor. They get a little bit of a teaming up process that for the following year, you get an additional mentor. Not that you don't already have a lot of mentors, as you described, all the faculty that helped you see where your work is now. But this is an additional person that within MIdSouth Sculpture Alliance that will be your mentor for the coming year. So you get 5 things out of this one application that, as Stacey described, the application you definitely always lose, that you always get to know, is the one you don't apply to. And so as they encourage people for next year, the next scholarship application will be in March for the Indianapolis conference. And so if you're thinking about it, this would definitely be a team to watch at the Confab, get some feedback on how is that they applied, and using this as a encouragement to think about next year. So all of the good things, all of the good things. With that, any last thoughts, Cassidy?
I don't think so. We do have a comment in the chat that says they really
Oh.
enjoyed listening and talking to you all. So thank you so much.
Nice.
And Francis can't wait to meet you all at the conference. So
It is going to be an especially fun. I mean, I think all of them are fun, but I guess it's like because it's the next one. But I think this is going to be an especially fun confab, and so I hope you all are able to join us. And if you can't, there is an online option, and so you can't be all the things sometimes like we can't carry the Zoom around with us everywhere, but there is an online option for registration that you can watch the panel talks and the keynotes if you're not able to join us in person, but you would still like to participate as much as possible. And so you can go online and register for that. Oh, one last thing that I just want to help highlight. Thanks to the Wingate Foundation, we received a grant that is making so many of these things possible this year. So thanks to Brian Massey and the Confab Committee for all their work. This Wingate Foundation grant that we received is doing a variety of things that's making possible. But one thing that I think is especially important to recognize is that it's covering 75 college students from anywhere to register for free. And so the first 75 students that register will be covered. And so I think we've already gotten some people taking those spots. And so if you haven't registered yet and you're a student and you're thinking about going, please register now so you can take advantage of that free registration. With that said, thank you all so much. We have a couple more online panels coming up before Confab, so keep an eye out for that. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.
All right. We ended it. It's done.
Yay! You all did so great! Oh my